Okay,
it's
guys,
like blinding. I can't look at it.
We just got back from, what is it called, Dan? I keep on forgetting the name of
Chicken
this.
salad chick.
I just got a turkey club. And then what is this?
That's the loaded baked potato soup. I don't even remember what I got.
And then a lemonade.
Oh, this is the Lauren's lemon basil on a croissant. You can get it as a scoop or a sandwich, but I got the sandwich. And then I also got
So good.
the soup, and I got mac and cheese.
They gave us these cute little cookies too.
They're so good.
Which I'm gonna try later. Oh, they got me a pickle too.
The pickles are so good.
Really good.
I'm already about to eat mine.
What we're gonna be doing is a mukbang and answering some of y'all's questions. It's been a crazy ass 2 weeks. Like, I don't know about you, but I had like a crazy Christmas break. Like, I don't even know where to start.
I was like all over the place, so I traveled.
Like, we had bad weather. I went to Atlanta for like 2 days, did some other shit, but I literally almost wrecked my car because I don't even think I told you this.
I don't think you did.
No, I didn't. So remember when like the roads were icy and like you couldn't drive on them? Well, me and my boyfriend wanted to go to Outback because we had this Outback gift card, and I told him, I was like, I don't think we should go because the roads are like icy. And so he didn't listen, and we went anyways, pretty much. And basically, you're not supposed to drive at all.
Yeah, when it's icy.
When it's icy. Well, he decided that we should go up this big ass hill.
Oh no.
And keep in mind, like at the top of the hill, there were like cars already in wrecks. Like there's like 3 cars that were like wrecked into each other. And I was like, literally look in front of you. Do you see this shit? Like, how are we gonna get past? And he was like, you just drive fast and you'll be okay.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no, we're not gonna be okay. So I did it anyways, and I was like, okay, my Honda Accord, my 2012 Honda Accord can make it up this shit. I went up, and my car, I kid you not, started sliding back down.
I would have jumped out of the car.
Yeah, so I put it in park. I got out. Jack was in the passenger seat. I was like, I'm gonna get out, and you can drive it yourself. Like, I'm not doing this shit. And there were like girls, the ones that were in the wrecks were like my age. And I was like, are y'all okay? Like, do y'all need help? And she was like, no, my dad's on his way with his like truck. And I was like,
to tow us.
Literally, we had no one to help us. So he gets in the driver's seat and we're like, we start arguing. Cause like, I'm hungry as shit and he's hungry too. And like, I told him, I was like, we should just ate at home. Like, this is ridiculous. And so we get in. Or he gets in. I just watched him. I'm like, I'm not getting in the car. Like, I'm not about to wreck. And so he puts it in reverse and starts like going down the hill. But he didn't even check if there were like cars behind him.
Oh no.
Like, it was so bad. And thankfully, like, this one girl was coming up and I was like, don't do it. Like, just turn back around. Like, you're literally not gonna make it up. She's like, okay. So she like drove off and he goes back down the hill like safely. Thank God. Yeah. And so it was so bad. Like, and then after he was like, so do you still want to go to Outback?
No, I've lost my appetite.
Literally. So we just went back to his house and ate. It was horrible, guys. Like, there were so many wrecks that whole day. And even my mom called me like an hour before and was like, don't get on the parkway, sweetie. Like, it's really bad. I was like, okay, Mom. Should have listened to my mom, guys.
Yeah, I didn't have any bad weather experiences, but that sounds horrible.
No, it was bad. Like,
why is my pickle so hard to bite into?
Is it good?
It's good, but it's like
good.
hard to bite into.
I didn't know the bread was gonna be croissant.
Yeah, it's really good.
They give you like 3 different options at the place, like what bread you want. But it's good.
The chicken salad's falling out of my croissant. I
feel like I should have got that.
It's really good.
I'm gonna try this. What is this? Potato soup?
It's a potato soup, loaded potato soup. It's got bacon and cheese.
Like, guys.
It's really good. Like, some places make it, they say it's loaded and they don't put anything on it. They put so much on it. It's really good.
So freaking good.
I'm gonna have to take a big bite of this so it doesn't like fall.
I love like bacon bites. Like the small ones are so good. With cheese. I already know this is gonna be good as shit.
I'm about to like choke on this. It was literally good. Mm-hmm. You go, you saw like the to-go counter that they had with like the pre-made stuff. You literally get like a tub, of like the chicken salad, take it home and like keep it for like a week or something. Or however many days, I don't know.
By the way, guys, we have this ring light up. It's so freaking nice. I need to get one.
Everyone ignore my cold. I'm sick right now with the cold.
I think I'm sick too, so yeah. I feel like everyone's just sick in a crazy winter.
I love this soup.
That is good.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Like, the day that they don't have it, I'm like, I don't want to go anymore.
I don't know why, but every time I go to a place that I've never tried, I always get lemonade as my drink. Especially when I get wings. Like, there's this place in Huntsville. It's called Lessons. And I have the best wings. Like, it's so good. And I always get lemonade. We went to Atlanta. And that was crazy, too, because literally the first night, we pretty much hung out with a homeless guy for like 3 hours. We were trying to go to this big ass Ferris wheel by the Omni. Didn't make it in time. It pretty much closed.
Yeah, they've been closing earlier now. I'm from Atlanta, and if y'all don't know like the crazy stuff that goes on out there, just look it up. They've been having to close places early because of all that. Like, I went to see Rod Wave.
And there's so many cops that drive, like, everywhere.
They're everywhere. It's just, like, for safety because of all the crazy stuff that's been happening. And I went to Rod Wave, and I think the concert was done, I'm not even joking, by, like, 10:30. Maybe 11.
Why?
Like, just because they have, like, an ordinance on the city where you have to have, like, I think the concerts, the Hawks games. I mean, I'm sure the Hawks games don't end at 10:30 on the dot, but, like, they try to get everybody out of downtown by like before 11:30 or like before midnight, just because of all the crazy stuff that's been happening, like all the shootings and like crazy stuff that's been going on. Like the malls, I think it's Lenox Square, they now have like, if you're under 18 you have to be accompanied by an adult in the mall, just because of all the stuff that's been going on. It's that's really crazy. Like you used to be able to shop
that with this place called Bridge Street. It's like an outside shopping center. I think you have to be like, you have a curfew pretty much, like past 8.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you have to be like 18 or older. I don't know. Like when I was 16 going there, we did not have a curfew.
It's crazy.
That shit didn't change till I was like 17. Like, but also that was like after like a bunch of shootings there happened. Like it was crazy. I can like understand why they do it.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
But
that
at the same time, it sucks that they have that.
Yeah, it's really scary.
You can't really like do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't walk anywhere in downtown Atlanta without being stopped by someone. Everyone there is so like direct and upfront with you. Like Jack, my boyfriend, had on this Alabama sweatshirt, and I guess that's just the conversation starter. Because
everybody hates Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah, and no, they would be like Bama or like, oh, you're from Alabama, like it's the coolest thing ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then we'd have to like sit and talk to them for like an hour when we're just really just trying to go get pizza.
That's so weird because if I were to ever wear Alabama stuff, they'd be like, why are you wearing that?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Because we're Georgia Bulldogs.
The Omni bar is really nice too because we're both 21 now, so we were able to go. But we spent literally over $100 just in the bar. We were there till like 1, 2 a.m.
Oh no.
Talking to random ass people.
Yeah, it's easy to do that.
Like always. But it was a crazy 2 days. I'm gonna pull up some of these questions. Hold on. So y'all asked in like my past few videos like questions that I just did not answer because I didn't want like the whole thing to be filled with questions. But I picked some of them out that we can like answer. Someone said, what is your scariest experience ever?
Ooh.
Like the scariest experience you've ever had. Mine
I can't remember.
would probably be, I think I was like 16 at the time. And I went to like Bridge Street with my friends. And pretty much it was like, I'd never seen this many people at Bridge Street. Like it was crazy. And it was all people our age. Like it was no like old people. And so basically like we heard like someone arguing. I don't know who or what it was about. But like, you know, when you like gunshots go off and like everyone starts running, that's pretty much what we did. Like everyone was running. And this was like 2000, if you know what I'm talking about, it was like 2017, 2018, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea. But my dumbass was wearing Birkenstocks and
running those.
I was running in Birkenstocks and I fell on my face, tripped, and scraped like my whole elbow. And people were fucking like not running over me, but running past me, not even asking, hey, are you okay? And then I made it to the Belt parking lot, scared as shit. And then I asked someone, I was like, can you take me to my car? She's like, we don't need room, and then drove off.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, and I lost my friends. I was by myself. I think I had to like call my mom or
yeah, I was gonna say, do you have like a phone?
Mom, you should come pick me up. It was scary. Especially because I was only like 16 at the time, so I was like, I didn't know what to do.
I mean, I've had things happen around me, like, first off, we live in Murfreesboro. Anything can happen out here.
Yeah.
When I was at the old apartment complex, you know where I'm talking about. I don't want to name drop anything because you know. But anyways, I was at this old apartment complex, home alone, and my friends also lived in that same neighborhood as me, and I had just got off from work, only one at my house, like ready for bed at that point, about to take a shower. I was waiting for my boyfriend to come visit me, like whatever. And I see like police lights all around the neighborhood. And I was like, that's not good. And then I like saw all these people on Yik Yak, because that's where I went for like my source of what's going on in the neighborhood.
Is that, what even is that? Like, I don't
go on it anymore, but it's like an anonymous app, and people like basically talk shit on there. Or like they just say random stuff. Like, and it's like, I don't like it, it's dumb, no offense, Yik Yak, but I like just don't go on there anymore, because it's not like a positive app. It's just like, so yeah, it's like dumb, like whatever. But I used to go on there just like figure out what was going on in the neighborhood. And one of my best friends texted me, and she was like, well, I just went outside to go to my car, and there was an officer in like full SWAT uniform with like a shield and like a mask on, and he was like, go back inside your house, lock the door, and don't come outside.
What?
And she texted, and she was like, do not go outside. Like, she lived like kind of across the street from me, so I was like, okay, maybe I should like stay in the house. And there was like a shooter in the neighborhood, I guess, and he was still running around armed, and they didn't know like if he was gonna like run to all the houses and like shoot at everybody. But basically the whole neighborhood was like on lockdown. There were police at the front. This was like, I want to say like maybe March or April of last year, like almost a year ago. And it was really scary. I mean, all I remember is my roommate had finally come home from work, and she texted me, and she was like, I'm literally trying to get in the neighborhood, and there's a line of cars, and I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half. Like,
it's crazy.
It was so scary. Nobody could get in. All my other friends lived in the neighborhood were like, I'm not even gonna try getting in the neighborhood, because the line is like all the way down, like past the Publix that was over there. It was like ridiculous. And then the apartment complex like barely addressed it, so I felt really safe living there, needless to say. I hated it there. Absolutely hated it. Would never go back. But anyways, that was scary.
I hated that.
I mean, I guess it's like a scary experience. I was home alone, like, what do I do? Like, just weird. I don't know. Weird experience.
I hated that apartment complex.
Would never go back. 0 out of 10 recommend. I don't even recommend.
No.
I don't think I know one person that lives there now that like is actually happy with it. Like, they're like, I should have left when I had the chance.
Yeah, I know like one girl, she was in like one of my classes, but I don't think she said she liked it either. What are your plans after college? So many people ask this, and it's like, you don't fucking know. Like,
yeah,
I'm really not even, I feel like a lot of college students aren't focused on that. They're focused on just graduating.
Trying to get through first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about to graduate, and I really don't even know what I want to do.
Oh yeah, she's a senior. I'm a junior. I'm
supposed to graduate in the spring, but that's probably not happening. I'm probably gonna graduate over the summer, but it's literally over an elective. I'm hoping I can at least walk.
What elective is it?
It doesn't matter which one. It just has to be one like 3 credit hour, whatever.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Like, my advisor low-key did not help with that, because I was like, how many do I need to have? And I thought I had enough. Long story. But anyways, probably gonna graduate, like take a Maymester, which is fine. Like, doesn't matter. I'm still graduating, but I've like kind of thought about it because I would be done like in a couple months still, and I really don't know. Like I have an online store just like Catherine does, and
she's better at keeping up with hers though.
Stop. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's really hard to balance with like school and an actual like part-time job and all of that stuff. And like I'm in a sorority, and then like I have a social life, like all that.
It's just a lot of shit you have to do. Like
it's so much. And I mean, I would love for that to become my full-time job. Like I really want to work on that. That's one of my goals for this year, is to like grow that, so that way I can like, I don't have to work my part-time job anymore, which would be very nice if I could like do what I really want to do. But I don't know, like that's what I want to, that's like my main goal. But then everyone's like, that's not a real job. Well, it actually is.
Time consuming.
Yeah, it's just expensive to make that a full-time job. Like running a store is very expensive as it is.
You kind of have to figure out, do you want to like invest your money or save your money? At the beginning, I did not care about saving money. So every time I got a paycheck, which was a small ass paycheck, I just put it towards clothes and then put that shit on my website. And I mean, I did make like a little bit of profit off of it, but like not enough. A little after that, I would say, is when I really started taking saving seriously. And now it's like, I don't even want to invest anymore. I just want to save.
Yeah.
Because it's a risky thing to do, having your own business. But it's so profitable. So you really like never know.
It's like smart now for people to start a business as long as they are going to keep up with it somehow. You don't have to.
You just have to be consistent.
Yeah. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to work on this every single day. Like even like me, I'm a student. I seriously sometimes can't sit down every single day. Like I don't think I touched anything with my store for like the last month of the last semester, unless it was like an Instagram post, because of how focused I was on passing my finals, studying, whatever I had to do, like taking care of that, and my other job, like my actual part-time job. And like now that it's break, I mean it's about to not be break, but now that it's break, I've had more time to sit down with it. I don't know. I feel like people will start a business and then forget about it and like push it off to the side. And it's like, why did you do that? That's like a waste. But it is smart nowadays for people to like own their own stuff and like start a business and like work towards different things. I don't know.
Dude, it's so crazy that our school starts next week. Like,
please, Lord, help.
I honestly thought we had an extra week until Sophia told me it starts next week. I was like, fuck.
Tuesday. Literally 7 days. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, 7 days from now we will be back. And I have an 8 a.m. on the first day of classes. Can't wait.
Are you for real?
Yep. That means I have to get up, like we live farther from camp, not like far away, but farther from campus, so I probably have to get up at like
15, 20 minute drive.
Yeah, and then finding parking. I'm sure finding parking, like I say this with my fingers crossed, at 8 in the morning is not gonna be too bad, but I definitely have to wake up at like 6:30 at least to get up, because I take forever.
Do you still talk to anyone you went to high school with?
Oh, you can go with this one first.
Okay.
I kind of know your background on that too.
Yes and no. I would say I talked to like 3 people, maybe, if I'm gonna be actually real about it. I'm not gonna lie, I had a few people reach out to me like after graduation up until now, just like check up on me and stuff, which is nice. Everything just changes. You as a person grow individually. It is what it is. You just, I mean, you make new friends. That's like the good thing about continuing on, I guess, with after high school. But for me, yeah, I literally only talked to like 3 people for real.
Yeah. Like the people who still are like nice, just not because they want something.
No drama, no anything. You can go like a month or 2 without talking to, and text or FaceTime them a month later, and it's like you'll have the same relationship and it's not awkward. Those are the best people too. I don't know. What about you?
Well, I hated high school. Like genuinely, I mean, okay, hate's a strong word. I highly disliked high school. There are certain people and certain experiences that made me like not like high school. I will say towards the end of high school, like junior and senior year, that's when I enjoyed it more, because I finally found like my footing. And I suffered with horrible anxiety. I've always had anxiety, but it was really like at its peak my junior year of high school. I had, you know, like a family emergency occur that like was life-changing, honestly, and like all these other things. and I lost a lot of friends around that time, and that's when I like shifted into a new friend group. I got a new job that I loved. I don't know if anybody would watch this. I'll post it on my story whenever you edit it, but I don't know if anybody like from that job would watch this, but I loved that job, and like the
What
friends,
job was it?
It was at a trampoline park.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was called Launch, and like looking back, I used to complain so much about that job, so did everybody else. Like everybody would complain just because like we were overworked, like we worked a lot, but I loved it. And I made a lot of like really cool friends there, and some of them like the people I still talk to are probably because of that job. Like one of my really good friends, he didn't even work there, he'd just come visit us, but I worked with his best friends, and that's how I became friends with him, and like I introduced him to his current girlfriend, and like we're all still friends. It's just like a whole thing. But those people are like the people that I still talk to, and the people that I still like, and like actually like have come here to see me before, or like I see when I go home, like whatever. But they're also like the people that I swore were gonna be my best friends, swore I would be best friends with like forever. I don't even speak to them. That's just crazy. And the drama, like the reason why we stopped being friends, I honestly don't even like remember. I remember bits and pieces, but it's not that important to me.
Yeah.
And I don't like hold on to it, but I just don't like interact with them anymore. If I saw them like on the street, I'd be like, hey, like just to be nice, but I definitely don't keep up. I know a lot of people that do keep up with high school friends because that was like their everything, and I'm like, I just can't relate to that.
High school is not like, it's just, if you look, you have to look at it as like a phase in your life. People go into high school thinking like, I have to be this type of person, I have to fit in, I have to wear these clothes, I have to do this and that, but it's literally just a stepping stone to get where you want to be in life. Like,
true.
No one gives a fucking college like they do it. There's no, I mean, there are cliques, but it's not like, I don't know. It's a different type of environment. The
cliques are probably, like the people who do care are probably the people that are stuck in high school.
And they're more mature. Like,
yeah.
It's a different type of maturity.
Well, and I feel like for us, it's easy for us to be like, I don't know, it gets better in college because we're in a town which is more like not really a college town, and it's like people grow up here, live here their whole lives, and then go to our college. And so I feel like it might be easier for us to be like, oh, it gets better when, I mean, it does get better in college. No matter where you go, you're always going to meet new people. Yeah. But it's like getting a new job. You're always going to meet somebody.
Yeah.
But we're not from here at all. No. Like, we're not from Murfreesboro. We're not from,
and I'm
like,
happy
middle.
I'm not from here.
Yeah, me too. We're not, no offense to anybody that is.
There's a reason why we're leaving.
Yeah, but I'm not going to stay here forever. Like, just came for my 4 years and I'm out.
Phase.
Yeah, but I feel like it might be easier for us to say that because we're not from here. And, like, I know a lot of people who are from here, and like their friends still to this day are the people from high school. However, and it's not bad at all. However, they still branch out and make more friends and like have new experiences from when they were like in high school living here and stuff like that. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Nobody get angry.
It just depends.
No hate to anybody. But if we don't talk,
it
we
is
just don't talk.
It is. Like, you move on, you meet new people. Pretty much kind of keep going. Have you failed any college classes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I have. COVID was not my time. It was not my time.
I failed. Is that when you failed yours? I failed 2.
It was actually, so people are gonna be like, oh, you could have failed that class. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about during the peak of COVID. I'm talking about.
Pass fail mean?
It was when you were still in high school. It was when I was a freshman and we were like sent home for that long spring break. Yes. And we were like sent home from that long spring break. Like it was spring break already and then COVID happened, whatever. And they had the option because we abruptly had to change from in person to going fully online. And I'm personally like, I've taken online classes, I know how it works. You had an option to where if you like couldn't keep up with your class, if you weren't understanding the online, because they didn't have time to like sit there and teach us how to do an online class. Like you just had to figure it out. They're like, go figure it out, go home, stay at home. And you had the option to either like, if you were failing the class, you could like pass with it was like pass fail. It was like an option that you could take so it doesn't count as an F on your transcript because like the transition was so hard and the college understood that. And they were like, okay, we're not gonna fail people. Everybody would be failing. Because this is so weird and it's literally probably never happened in their lifetime before. So that's why somebody else could probably explain it better like online, but it was just an option. So instead of making yourself fail, it's like you pass, I guess. I don't know. But that's not what I did. I mean, I definitely had to select that option for some classes because like the way that the teachers structured the class didn't make sense at all. And it's like due date on top of due date for like, it was just hard.
It's crazy.
But after that, like the first semester back, I would say, when I was adjusting to everything, because MTSU gave an option for in-person or online. And it was like the professor's decision at that point. And I had the worst time, really fall semester, fall 2020 was like probably the worst for me. Like it was really hard mentally, just like trying to go back to school. So that's definitely when I failed. I think I failed like 2 classes. I'm being so serious right now. And I was able to retake them, like they're long gone, retaken over the summer, whatever. But it was like I failed because I was mentally not able to get out of bed and go to class. And I was like, I'd rather stay at home. That's what I'm used to. Like, stay at the sorority house, work in the study room. Like I work better at my own pace. And so I just like, I was also going through so much at the end of that semester. Like it was rough, really rough for me.
COVID was a crazy time. Like I didn't even take finals when I was a senior. Like was it in March when all that happened?
Like February, March, yeah.
Literally we left, no one knew it was gonna be our last day. We left, didn't come back to class, didn't have like a real graduation. And did not have a real prom. Like, we had a prom, but like, it was like a hillbilly prom. Like, it was so bad.
I mean, it's a nice thought.
It is, but like, I don't know.
It's not prom. They don't do that at prom.
No. And I got my dress all filled with like mud.
You're like in the barn with your $1,000 prom dress, $800 prom dress.
It was crazy.
Lord, that's crazy.
But that semester, that's crazy you say that because that was like the easiest semester for me. My freshman year of 2020, fall 2020, was so easy. I finished with A's and B's. I don't know how. I never did that good after that semester. I will say that.
That's what everybody says. Like, I feel so dumb sometimes because everyone's like, oh, that was such a, like, that was the best. I'm like, I just personally had a rough time in my life. So I think it bled into school. And so that's probably why.
My hardest was this semester, like fall. Like I was gonna take 7 classes, but I think I'm just gonna take like 5 or 6 now. I have to go to like One Stop tomorrow, which is like a place where you figure out all your shit. And they get it done pretty quick. It's just a lot you have to go through, but
they're good. It's just annoying to have to like sit there
and go there and like
do all of it.
do shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll answer one more question. What is something you regret in life? Something I regret? Dang, I don't know. But, like, just to name one thing, probably not taking this semester as serious as I should have. I really just, like, was not taking it seriously at all. I don't know why.
That's kind of how I was.
I just didn't feel like doing certain work. Like, I feel like everyone has those days.
Yeah.
Though, you know? And there's like other times, like I said, my freshman year, I was really on my shit. Like, I was doing good, like really good.
That's how I'm trying to be this semester.
Same. I think I'm gonna have a routine because
same.
I'm gonna get like a caramelized coffee every morning. Like the fuck up.
That's your motivator.
In the car. Like
oh
you can do this. You're gonna pass your classes. Like you're gonna get through it.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Because
that's what I need to do.
There's really no other option.
Me and my 8 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know how you're like. I could never do that.
I have to take it because it's like the one. I have 2 classes that like are for my major that I absolutely need to take this semester in order to graduate like this year. Like I want to before fall is my goal.
Sometimes
I will graduate before fall, but you know. But I have to take it, and it's the only one. Like it's the only class that's being offered for that class, like for that course. So it's an 8 a.m. But luckily it's not an 8 a.m. all semester long because he's having us meet in person for only 10 classes and then everything else will be online, which
not bad.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like if I can sit there and make like a checklist of 10 and like just tally off each day I go so I can feel better, like that's fine with me. But yeah, I mean, I'm like that class is gonna be fine. Like I feel good about it. It's just me getting to class on time.
School is stressful. Like it's stressful, but it's not stressful. I'm tired as shit. I'm ready to go to bed.
I'm still trying to think of what I regret in life. Like I like to say I don't have regrets because there are definitely friendships. Yeah, like I mean there are friendships, you know what I'm talking about. There are friendships that I definitely regret having, but without those friendships like falling apart the way they did or even happening in the first place.
As a person.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know certain people. I wouldn't have the friends that I have now, my boyfriend. I wouldn't have experiences that I've experienced, like if it hadn't been for those people, like before anything bad, if that makes sense. And like people always say, oh, I regret like my ex, and like, yeah, like obviously.
Well, obviously.
But you have to think like, or you regret something bad happening to you. Like obviously, everybody regrets a bad experience. But if you think about it, you have to like get through all of that to get to where you are now, if that makes sense. Like think of the worst friend you ever had and then think of the person that's like your best friend now. Like you probably wouldn't have that person as your best friend without having to deal with that first and then move past that. Like
it all happens for a reason.
Everything literally happens for a reason. And like it's so crazy how I've looked in the past and have been able to connect the dots. And I'm just like, wow.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah.
Life is so crazy, guys.
That just took like a deep turn, but that's like, I don't really know if I regret anything because of that. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
I feel like next time we do this, we should do edibles.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dude, I feel like we'd be talking for fucking hours.
This would be like a 2-hour long video.
People would be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
People are gonna be like,
well guys, this is the end of our mukbang / Q&A.
Food that we didn't finish.
Food that we didn't finish. I'm probably gonna go the rest of this way.
I might save this for lunch, but I'm gonna eat the cookie.
Yeah, the cookie was good.
Did I just like throw pickle juice at you?
The cookie was good as shit. I did like that. I probably would have got the croissants. Probably would have went a different route with that, but it was still good. I like it. I would go back. I would probably rate it like an 8 out of 10. What would you rate it?
10 out of 10 because this is my go-to order every time I go there.
It is a good place to just like grab something and go. Like
yeah, it's really
if you're in a rush.
Cheap and fast. Chicken salad chick, people.
Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.